inform you about how, in my opinion, the Chinese pug makes a great family companion. This is Gomez. You really can't see him that well in this light, but he's been my buddy for 9 years. He's been with our family. He's hanging out. He goes everywhere with us. He's been to Oregon. He's been to California and Washington. He goes camping with us, and he goes on road trips. Wherever we go, he goes. He eats everything that you set in front of him. He'll eat strawberries and lettuce and celery and meat and potatoes and whatever you feed him. I would not suggest it because it gives him really bad gas, but he will eat it. One time I caught him coming out of the garden where he had been in the compost pile and had an egg in his mouth, an eggshell, which led me to then know what his cough was coming from. As you can see from the next couple of slides, he's a lap dog. That's one of the characteristics of the Chinese pug. He likes being around people, and I have some really good friends that allow him to sit on their laps and give him a hair and nasty, but he's very much a love dog. They are very much people dogs. He's very good. I've never had him bite at anybody or sniff or growl or anything. He just gets along with everybody. The history behind the pug, I think I'm a little bit ahead because I have a history slide, but we'll get there. So the history, as I was reading back that through the ancestry online yesterday, one in the pug handbook that was written by Brenda Belamonte, she says the history of the pug is as follows. She says, okay, it's coming, wait for it. It's, the Pekingese was bred with the lion dog, which made the food dog. And the food dog was the predecessor to Gomez, which sometimes we call him Gomi. We also call him Gomi Bubblehead because there's a little bubble on the front part of his head. But then, as I read further, I found where another gentleman, well, a gentleman, Phil McGiddy, author of the book Just Pug, he says that the Pekingese bred with the lion dog but made the Shih Tzu. Well, I tend to think that I'm going to lean kind of towards this Brenda Belamonte's because you can see how he kind of resembles the food dog more than the Shih Tzu. But I also, through some of my reading, I found that he had, the pug dog was, originated in ancient China around AD 950 and was given to Holland as a gift. They did a lot of trading back and forth in gifts from one country to another through the East India Trading Company, where they countries always did that. Well, anyways, he was given to Holland as a gift, and well, not he, but the breed, and that's when the popularity grew, and then this part of the origins is the only part I wanted to state this is the only part that I found was consistent with everything that I read. So this part right here was that he came from China and then he went to Holland and then on to grace the courts of William III and Mary II. Unfortunately, that's the only part of everything I read that was consistent. So as I mentioned before, there are some health issues like the food. You know, obesity is like one of the biggest, and they just really don't smell good when you feed them things they're not used to. Their eyes are a little protrude out of their head, and so you really have to be careful what, like, you don't want kids to scratch them or cats or get thorns or whatever, you know, from bushes. And the ears, that picture really isn't very good, but You know that the pug has a lot of wrinkles. There's wrinkles inside and out in their ears. Excuse me. So when you give them a bath, you have to really, really be careful so that you don't get the water in their ears, because it'll cause infection. The same thing with the little crown wrinkle in their nose right here. You want to make sure that that stays clean, and so that there's no infection in there. And when they're young, they have a tendency for seizures, which is they give the dog phenobarbital for that. He's actually grown out of it now, but when he was little, he had it. So in conclusion, we talked about Gomez, my dog, my buddy, the guy that follows me to the bathroom, and the history of the breed, where they came from, and the breed's health issues. This is why, in my opinion, the Chinese pug makes a great family companion. Thank you.